Hello, or welcome back to Kingnote Gaming. Today, I'll be building on my island of Java, which is my Junglecore Ancient Alien island. Also, I just wanted to show this little interaction because Coco taught me how to be sad, which I thought was kind of funny. Hooray for sadness! And right off the bat, I'm going to be making the majority of the custom designs for this island, like, all in one go. And I'm going to be turning this one little path design here into the center tile for three different things, I believe. Yeah, three different path tiles. And all I did was adjust the colors each time and then made some modifications. So it's pretty easy. If you make like a nice texture like that, you can use it for a whole bunch of things. So, for example, I'm going to be making a 9 tile plus dirt path, a lava path for the volcano area, and then some planks. And those are the three major paths I'm going to be using on this island here. I'm also adding some transparent pixels because I want it to go over things or to have the grass show. And now I am making it into the lava rock. See, just adjusted the colors. And now I'm adjusting it one more time for the actual lava part, because, oh, that's right, I have a stone path as well. Yeah, lots and lots of path making today. And all I really did was make that same texture, copy and paste it, adjust the colors, and then I added some more textural things to it, especially the library, or not library, oh my goodness, why did I say library? Lava path. I had to adjust the colors quite a bit, but I think it turned out less like ketchup and mustard and more like actual volcano. And after this, I'm going to design some planks, as well as go back and make sure everything tiles properly. I always recommend doing that. If you make a middle tile for anything, make sure that it tiles perfectly and everything fits together, because that way you can just copy and paste it to the other positions of the 9 tile path and just get rid of portions of it. So, for example, the upper left corner, you just get rid of the part that's not the corner, and then just put everything down and make sure everything lines up. That's my biggest piece of advice for making multi-part paths, especially the more natural ones like these. And here I'm just copying all of them so you can see that they're all the same. And now here I am updating my custom design app because I wanted more space, of course, and also the ability to make other custom designs, because that's very important as well. I'll be doing a lot of dress designs on this island for the Ancient Alien portion. And then this is where I start making the planks. I think planks are like one of my favorite path types to make because they're pretty simple overall. There's nothing too crazy about them. And I'm just using the same color palette as the dirt path to make the planks because it's around the same color. And then I added more horizontal lines to look like the grain of the wood. And then I added some knots as well to make it look more realistic. And gradients of color are also very helpful. So if you have a lot of different shades of the same brown that look, similar, it makes it easier to add depth and dimension to the planks. And then here I'm making the version that is vertical planks. And I make an end piece for each one, so left and right, up and down, and then a middle piece for each. So that way I can extend the planks if I want to. And I also added some lines so it looks like multiple planks. I think that turned out really nice as well. Sometimes I don't do that, sometimes I do. It just depends on how I want to use them. Like on Java, I'm going to be using them a lot because it's a Junglecore island, so that's one of the kinds of paths that the locals would want to use because it's really easy to get wood and just put it down in planks. Whereas it's a little bit tougher to manufacture stone, if that makes any sense. But that's the kind of vibe I want to go for. A lot of browns, a lot of natural colors. And yeah, you basically get the picture here. Oh yeah, this is where I do the vertical planks. And I make the middle path for that as well. And it's the same basic steps that I did for the other ones. I made sure that there was 2 spaces between each plank on all sides. And I just went in and recolored everything. And now here's where I'm adjusting the dirt path, the 9-tile paths. So I'm giving it like kind of a more natural looking corner. And then I'm making sure that all of them line up. So I'm making sure that the edges of each of the ends where they connect is 2 pixels down. So that way it all lines up. And I'm making it kind of uneven and jagged because it's not meant to be like an in-game path. It's like a natural kind of dirt path. And I feel pretty comfortable with making these now that I've done a couple of them. They're really not that bad. Once you get that middle tile, and it looks really nice, and it tiles together, really easy to just copy and paste and adjust the other paths here. And that's going to be it for the custom design portion, which I sped up everything quite a bit, because obviously I made quite a few paths. But now we're going to get on to the actual building portion of the build, which we're doing the entrance today, so that will be a lot of fun. The main colors on this island are going to be black and red, and of course like natural colors like brown and stone and that kind of thing. And I'm only going to be using red and black flowers. That's my goal. Lots of red hibiscus. Obviously this is going to be a summer island. I've done a lot of summer islands. I'm thinking about doing a fall island next, but I really wanted to do Junglecore. So here I'm laying down all the paths. And I think the planks turned out really nice. They have like a pretty good defined area. And they look really nice with the log staircases as well. I think they fit in quite well. So yeah. I also decorated a little bit towards the opposite side of the river. I connected the path to the 2 villagers on the right-hand side with the beach. And I also connected the path to the neighborhood and did a little bit of decorating there. But I will show that off fully once I get all the houses done, which I do have HHP done on this island. So I will be doing that soon, if not next. I also have another island I'm working on, so it won't just be Java videos. I have been recently just like focusing on one island and finishing it and then uploading all the videos, but now that I've done that a lot, I'm very burnt out from just finishing an island and then uploading everything. So you will be seeing things as I go from here on. And yeah, you can see I'm like connecting the paths to the shop and then over here to the villager houses, which are, I believe, Rio and Octavian. And I'm gonna make Octavian into a business owner. He's gonna run a little fish catching business over there, which will be fun. Gotta get food for the village. And then I time traveled, and my goodness, it was raining like crazy, but I kind of like that. I don't know if I'm gonna set... I'm not, like, sold on exactly what kind of weather and stuff I want to set the dream address on, but definitely, like, either at night or, like, here, like, where it's super stormy. I think that'd be really fun. Because I like the effect of the lightning as well. But I don't need to think about that yet. This is an island I'm going to be doing when I do it. And of course, oh, the other challenge with this island is I do not want to upgrade Nook's Cranny, so I have to go to another island to buy any goods, which is not hard for me. I have a lot of consoles. I mean, obviously, if I'm working on 2 islands at once, you can infer that I have another console. Technically, I'm working on 3 at once at the moment, because I have my Forever Island as well, and I also have an island that I use for storage and trading, which is usually where I have Rory here go get items from, because that way he can buy upgraded tools and not have to upgrade his own Nook's Cranny. And here I'm putting in the path for the neighborhood area. I'm just kind of building it up now, but it's not going to be finished, obviously, until I get the villagers' houses customized. But honestly, the houses, like the default houses, are pretty good. I don't have much complaints about them. Like, they're pretty decent, so yeah. And then we get to see the flyover thus far, because I was over on my trading island that I was mentioning earlier, grabbing some items. And yeah, I just thought I'd include that. That's what it looks like from the air. Obviously, I don't have everything grown in yet. But then I continued, that's the main reason I went over there, was to grab bamboo shoots. Because I want a lot of bamboo trees on this island, because it's a Junglecore island. Obviously, we want that kind of thing going on. And then Kyle taught me how to sleep, which, thank goodness. I mean, if Rory wasn't sleeping already, that would be a problem. And then I'm just putting in all of these trees, because I need a lot of them. I also put them in a bunch of other places, just so I can move them later. Because I know I'm going to need a ton of them once I get to the actual jungle section. This section is technically not even jungle. It is obviously the town kind of area where the people who are native to the island live, aka the animals. And Rory just kind of, crash landed on this island and wanted to know what is going on here. And the villagers are very nice. They're like, hey, we really like you, dude, but don't go in the jungle. It's dangerous. And of course, Rory hears that and says, what could be so dangerous in there? And you will find out. Spoiler alert, it's aliens. Ancient aliens. But we'll get to that later, once we get to those builds. I'm super excited for that. It's going to be a lot of fun to build. This island, I feel like, is going to come together a lot quicker than my other islands, and that's mainly because it's mostly trees. Like, majority of the island is just going to be foliage and jungle and coconut trees and bamboo trees and flowers and, like, some custom paths. It's not going to be super complicated for the builds, which I missed that. If you didn't know and you're new here, hello. I actually, a few years ago, I think I finished it in 2021, but I made an island based on Miyazaki's film Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, and I made the Toxic Jungle, and that is still one of my favorite islands I've ever made. I actually originally made that in New Leaf as a town, back when I played New Leaf. So I was super excited to remake it in New Horizons, where we had a lot more control over what we can do on an island. So it'll be super fun to go back to Junglecore, because I really like it. With Nausicaa, it was Junglecore, but it was more greens and blues, so like the cooler colors. So it'll be really fun to do something with more warm colors. But yeah, that's Java. Hot Java. And then here I'm adding in a whole bunch of red hibiscuses, bamboo starts, all of those flowers. I eventually go back to my other island and get black flowers as well, because I can't just have red flowers. I mean, they'll eventually breed black flowers, but I am impatient, and I want them now. But that's exactly why I have a trading island with everything I need on it. So, I mean, not necessarily everything I need, but enough. And it is super nice that bamboo trees give you a bamboo shoot. And I'm so glad that they nerfed it to only one per tree. If you've ever played New Leaf, you would know how much of a nightmare bamboo was at the beginning. Because you would get one bamboo tree, and if you had a one-tile space next to it, you would get a new shoot every single day. And if you left your town alone for a long time, it was a pain to clean up. So, yeah, yeah, don't recommend. And the other big problem with New Leaf is you couldn't have transparent pixels on your custom designs, so if you wanted there to be grass there, you had to just accept the fact that you're going to be swarmed with bamboo shoots. But yeah, anyway, I'm thankful that they nerfed that from New Leaf, because that was just a little bit painful. I mostly have just Black Cosmos here, because I think that was all that I had left over from some island. I think it was Lacrimosa? I'm pretty sure it was Lacrimosa. So, thanks Lacrimosa for giving us some of that. And then here I'm adding in some stuff into the neighborhood area, which, again, I'm not going to show off the finished version until it's actually finished. But yeah, at the end you will just see the entrance. But you get a little sneak peek of what the neighborhood build is going to look like. Everything looks so nice when it's grown into, and I really like the smoked bamboo. It looks really nice, because it's a nice, deep, rich, like reddish brown, which works so well with the color palette of this island. And I'm kind of glad to be making an island that's a pretty simplistic color palette this time around. Not that Lacrimosa wasn't, but I don't know, going from Parfait, my super rainbow core island, to stuff that's like more drawn in with the color palette, I like that a lot. Generally speaking, I'm more of somebody who likes a smaller color palette than a larger one, but I do like occasionally going into Rainbow Chaos. And then, of course, my shovels are all flimsy. That outdoor bath, I'm so glad that it fit that perfectly, because truly that was iconic, that I was able to be like, no, that space right there, that is exactly outdoor bath shaped, and I was right. Felt good. And I'm kind of adjusting the items over here. Really like the bamboo baskets and the floor lamps and all of that. We're going to be using a lot of bamboo items on this island. I mean, unsurprisingly, it is a jungle island after all. And then the Kero Keropi bridge looks really nice there as well. I like the red wood of it. It is very nice. Then I'm just figuring out what else I can place over here. And I think later on, when I was playing on Java, I actually saw villagers sitting on the footrests over by there, and it was really fun. So I'm thankful for that. And then I put a couple of stone lion dogs, which I'm now just realizing aren't even, but I think it kind of adds to the charm of it. I might fix it later. Who knows? But I'm like watching this back and going, they're half tile off. Oh. It doesn't really matter that much. And I really like the Azumaya gazebo as well, in that dark one. And then I'm adding a lot of plants as well, so it's like they're growing out in the wild. I tried to cover the flower pots as much as I could, just so it looks more like an actual thing growing out of the ground instead of just growing out of a pot. And we are almost done here. Here's the outro. Enjoy the beauty shots.